Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager episode 74. Next up is the Munich Grand Prix, aka München. Here in the standings, you can see that we were just there a couple races back, and it was a pretty good race for us. We had a fourth place from Verstappen, and Herta ended up in the points as well. So we do have some potential to do well in this race. One thing of note, though, the car starting to drag behind our competitors a little bit, as we have not been able to make any new part upgrades in a good long while because we are broke. Speaking of, here's what we are trying to do with the car. You can see the brakes fully maxed out, the engine fully maxed out, but our other areas still a little bit of room for improvement, both in reliability for some of these parts. So we're working on this rear wing right now, but only loosely, because outside of the front wing and the rear wing, everything else is high 90s or maxed out already. But we do have some top-end improvements that we can make. So we're working on this gearbox right now. The other one's done. And then we've got both rear wings, the suspension, the front wings that can all have their performance improved a little bit. So we're eking out a little bit more performance here and there. But in the meantime, it is getting a little bit tougher to compete as the season goes on instead of the reverse of that. We're going to have to rely heavily on just surviving this season financially and then get the big payout at the end of the season for a good overall championship position. With that influx of money and with the eventual completion of our road car factory, that's going to help with the financials in the long term. This season is mostly just survival mode, which I really don't like that we're in that situation, but it is what it is. The unfortunate part for us is we have a good evaluation when it comes to sponsorship. I mean, with 86% marketability, and yet we are absolutely hurting with our sponsors right now. So our sponsors are pretty crap, and you can see from this, there's only one that's expiring anytime soon. Luckily, it's going to be after this race, so this will be a great opportunity to bring in a little bit of money to help sustain us towards the end of the season, because finances, I mean, we're losing $3 million a race right now. We have enough money to cover 3 races. We're going to get whatever money we get this next time. That could buy us a couple more races. It's going to need to buy us at least a couple more races, because then we'll have 3 races go till the end of the season after that. And then you have, at 5 races, chance to get more money. 6 races, 7 races, 8 races, big money coming in. So this sponsorship deal is going to be hugely, hugely important coming up at the end of this race. Otherwise, we run that real risk of going bankrupt. And having to do something drastic to make up the money differential, and asking the boss for more money. He's not interested in that. We did that much earlier in the season, already knowing the situation, and apparently he's only willing to do that once in the whole year, which is stupid, because he's got bags and bags of money, and we need it. We need it. Trying to make a competitive team here. Alright, well, on to Munich. 10th or above. That's such a terrible payout, by the way. That's crap. And we seem to keep missing it, because qualifying, we're outside of the top 10, and then in the race, if we do get it, it's 200,000. I mean, it's chump change for for this sport. Okay. Now, we got 25 laps, low tire wear, so high fuel burn though. I wish it would show me kind of where I'm at on expected, before you enter. One of these days I might just have to start some sort of spreadsheet to keep track of expected tire wear and setups track by track, just to save myself some time down the road. But I don't mind too much coming into it without that knowledge. Well, okay, if we're going mediums, you only need 1 for practice and 2 for the race. So that'll take care of that. And ultimately, softs are going to be that same, but this doesn't give us that chance. Well, screw it. Let's focus on the race. Screw qualifying. Last race, getting into the top 10 in qualifying absolutely sucked for us. Cars are at 12th and 13th on the grid, and then you add in the driver factor, and that's what gets us into the top 10. You add in the 3 qualifying rounds factor and the used tires in the top 10, and that along with the drivers and the weight stripping. Those 3 things are what keep combining to get me into the points and have a pretty decent position in the championship. But you can see the car itself, it's not crap anymore, but it's certainly not good. Back into the midfield. To me, it's kind of like Force India, today known as Racing Point. Sergio Perez, good driver, too aggressive. I hate his the way he loses his head sometimes and just intentionally crashes into people. And I don't know why Grosjean is the one who gets the horrible reputation and why Perez isn't right there with him on that matter. Because Verstappen certainly is. 2 guys vilified and Perez is not, but when all 3 of them kind of drive in that same aggressive manner. Okay, so, what was it, 25 laps? We're not going to need to go on mediums. The softs are going to do just fine. So, wow, the super softs aren't going to be that far off, but we certainly don't have those to use, so we'll be using 2 sets of softs in the race. Your handling's not going to work, so let's go ahead and give you some oversteer now. Which means really I should probably do that for Herta as well. They're never quite the same, but they're never that far off from each other. Okay, and the weight stripping. Take it off. Oh, no, sorry, that's horribly inappropriate. Okay, 80 or thereabouts. Anytime you start dropping below 80, there's always the risk factor. But we need that risk factor if we're going to have success in points, because our car's definitely not dominant enough. But when we're gaining 570 performance, our car gets much more competitive. Alright, now for the setup, the balance. Get this puppy down. Race trim, good. Okay, yes. And max. No, let's do the race trim first and foremost. Okay, attack hard. Let's get you back to the pits quickly. Alright, and they're both out on track. Oops, meant to hit play, not pause. Well, that's a bad setup. 67%. Lucky you got back to the pits in one piece. That setup was so bad. Speed balance was good. Oh my goodness, that was good. I'm going to try to push towards oversteer, thinking about where Max is, and that, this is already his edge. So I'm thinking they're going to be somewhere in between, which means it's going to have to push a good ways over. Downforce, absolutely throwing up a stinker. Let's try for high downforce. And very poor means we're going to go a long ways away. And we went too far here, so bring that back. And no, good is not going to work, so there you go. There you go. Get back out there. And Max now on pit road. And back to the garage. And there you go. Okay. Much closer than his teammate. That downforce part sucks, but fix that right away. Handling, that's good. I know that's too far, but we'll at least find out if he's going the right direction or not. Around we go. Where we stop? Well, everybody knows. The pit stop. The garage. Oy, 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 oy. Herda. A whopping 73%. Well done, sir. No, not well done. Your goose is cooked. Maybe that way you're well done, but downforce, at least we got the downforce close. The handling did not go so well, so these guys are going to have complete opposites of one another. So I'm going to bring that back over here, and we went from good to okay. So yes, we need to push towards acceleration and a good margin, like the second E in speed. Handling, let's push that a bit more. There we go. Boy, that's just looking funny for a setup, but it is what it is. We get you what you need. Okay, nice. We are getting there. That is double excellence. Max, 96%, just like that. I like it. This is going to allow us to get those bonuses locked down pretty dang quick. Now, that was very poor. That's good. I don't know which way to go, but let's say it's probably going to be more downforce. And we're only on good, so we're going to have to pass great to get to excellent, so we'll try there. And you guys are not supposed to be getting freaky deaky like that and moving. Boy, that's not what I wanted. How about some tire pressure? Can we... There we go. Tire pressure. Better. Okay. Yes. Back out on track. Max, we're going to run a lap or two. Here it is, not though. Okay, go ahead and go normal. Aha! We're on to something here. 97%. Nice jump. 24% gain. And we are very poor. We're great. What did Tony the Tiger say? They're great. Alright, so that should just about do it if we're going the right direction anyway. And in that case, let's get those bonuses hammered out. Both of you, really. So have fun, gentlemen. Race trim level 2. As we close in on level 3, we will bring them both in and switch to the quali. And here we go. Oh, I should have brought in Max already, but we'll definitely bring in Colton. No, Max needed to go around one more time, I think. I don't think we would have gotten that from Colton himself. Oh, yeah. So purple. It's only 1 more %, but hey, it's purple. They smile so much. And those super softs give us that quality bonus. Plenty of time to get the other set of bonuses. Still not quite there. A little more work to do on Max. Except for that he's at 99%. Awesome. Well, he's only 1% off. So left or right? Probably left. Give me 0.2. 0.2. Alright. We will try that, and then we will switch to quality, and the triple lapper, and the super softer. And away you'll go. Alright guys, just hammer out those bonuses. And we'll let them ride for a little bit. Level 1. We're staying dry, aren't we? I haven't looked at the weather. Level something or other 2. 5 minutes left. We'll make it. We'll make it. We'll make it. They're running low on fuel, though. They're going to be coming in here in a little bit. And we haven't quite hit our bonuses just yet. 3 minutes, 42 seconds. Okay, Colton. Good. Yeah, 98%. And, you know, the one lapper is just fine. Get back out there. Max coming back in. Let's make sure we got this setup going the right way. Still on 99%, but it is all purple now. We do not need to go back out, so cancel. Speed it up. There we go. Level 3 bonuses. So we've got our qualifying bonus all ready to go. We only have 2 sets of tires, though, for qualifying. So we'll use 1 set in Q1. We'll use 1 set in Q2. So it's a one-shot qualifying for both of those 2 rounds for me. And I have no desire to get into Q3. So hopefully our times are not that good. Here we are 7th and 10th fastest, but you can see a lot of the best times were on mediums. So hopefully we're not actually inside the top 10 when it comes to qualifying. Because that'll absolutely destroy our race strategy. Super soft. Quali. Okay, we're dry, at least initially. Car setup right where we want it. Weight stripping's already good to go. And let the games begin. Okay. We want some track grip here to get through Q1. So we're going to wait a little while. Just make sure that the weather's not going to turn on us. Got some sun and clouds to deal with, but otherwise, no worries, no worries. Okay, now we've got to make our guesstimate on time. So it's roughly 1:20, which means your warm-up lap is going to be a good 1:30 or plus out of the garage. That's 2 minutes. Maybe 2:30 and 2:15 to be safe. Or 2:30 and 2:20, just to make sure they're staggered. You know what? I want to be even safer. We'll go 2:40 and 2:30. All right, Colton. Away you go. 230 will bring out Max. Colton, we're going to put you on auto. There we go. As even though your car is only slightly worse than your teammates, and you are supposed to be identical as drivers, you finish well behind Max. Race after race after race after race. Again and again. Brake temps way too high here. Okay, perfect on the tire temp. Brake temps were a bit overheated. I just missed Herta's. It disappeared right as I changed my vision to glance over there. Hopefully Colton's is a little bit better off, but hopefully both of them are at least close enough to get through their laps and get inside the top 15, because this is their only shot. Colton could be running into a little traffic here. He's okay. He should be okay. He is 0.6 of a second off pace after Sector 2. Max is almost identical. They have 1 millisecond between the two of them heading into the final sector. Herta is going to cross the line in 13th. That's enough. That is enough. And Max... Oh, Max is out in Q1. Are you kidding me, Max? Terrible run. That could have been the braking that I had him set up on. But the last sector, the last two sectors, is a lot more open, a lot less braking. So the tire temps should have been good. He should have run better. So Max out in Q1, but whatever. 16th, still not a terrible position. At least he's not starting last, and I don't have to worry about him going through to Q3, which I think is a lot worse than being 16th versus, you know, where I would love to be 11th. 11th is the prime starting spot until our team actually gets good enough to start competing with these guys, and that additional track position will matter. For me, the pit stop strategy matters so much more. Alright, Q2, one car moving on. Remember, we have fallen back the grid order a little bit when it comes to car competitiveness. Alright, dry grip is going to be high by 5 minutes, maxed out, so we were only 13th fastest and one car out in Q1, so I don't think getting into the top 10 is going to be an issue. Presumably. Anyway. And let's see. From about 3 to 4 minutes on, we'll be maxed out on track grip, so it won't matter if we go then. So we'll just look for a little bit of open track, and we got some guys coming back into the pits. There's a little gap right now. Let's go ahead and get out there. The last set of Super Softs. Force India / Racing Point. Please tell me you're going into the garage. No, you're coming out on track. We're both coming out on track stacked up. That's not good. That's not good. We come out at the exact same time. If he's ahead, which he is now, then I've got to contend with him. Ready? Braking zone. Brake. Ooh. A little late for me there. Okay. Next straightaway, get those tire temps up as high as we can get them before the braking zone. Tire temps perfect, but again, brake temps overheated, so I'm struggling on this one a little bit. But it looks like we did open up enough space to Ocon, who just started his lap. And Herta, what can you do? What can you do? Do enough to get 11th. Not any higher, please. Not any higher. Harrell, Ocon, Nordstrom are all a bit off the pace. Giovinazzi and Sainz are the ones that I might be in amongst, and that's what I'm worried about because that could be 10th. Giovinazzi on an out lap for another time around. Nordstrom just cracked the top 10. We are a little better off than the last time out, as we are, 4/100ths of a second better than last Q1? 0.870. Okay, that's good. 13th. 13th. I'm fine with that. Hopefully Harold does not pass us up. Ocon was a little bit slower. I'm content with 13th. That is fine. So we will not have to worry about going into Q3. Let's speed up this final minute. I said speed up final minute. Thank you, race control. Move on. Move on. Thank you. Thank you. Harold, green. Let's ride with him. Green. And oh, he flies across the line. 14th. So they move up, but 1/100th of a second shy of us. That I'm very happy with. 13th is good. Right now, at the end of Q2, it's Norris on top, but Gata is very close behind. Gata always has the 1 lap pace. That's opposite for Red Bull, isn't it, in real life? In real life, you have the higher engine modes for Ferrari and Mercedes, so the Red Bull tends to hurt on the 1 lap pace a little bit, but then the race pace is good. Here, it's the exact opposite. Gata is always right there, somewhere right around pole in qualifying, but then they get to the race, and Gata is dropping down the field a little bit. Okay, well, eliminated is what I wanted. I did not make that clear. I did not want to be in Q3 because that absolutely destroyed our last race where we did have some good pace, but that extra pit stop absolutely just took us out of the race and took us out of the points. So Lando Norris resets their fast lap and is on pole. Gata takes second. Mick Schumacher's third, Margusov fourth, then the Ferraris of Newgarden and Leclerc. You got the McLarens in 7 and 9, Savanin and the Toro Rosso in 8, and Carlos Sainz Jr. in is it the Williams or the Haas? No, Haas is out of the series, so that's the Williams. That's right. Haas is down in F2. All right, race day here in München, the Munich Grand Prix. Okay, and soft tires, race trim. This will be an easy one-stopper. Soft tires, race trim. Max, we're going to have to switch you to the softs. Those super softs just do not last. Might get 10. Might get 14. That's 24, but no. No. I think we are on the softs unless for some reason Max does make it to 15. But what's the gap between these tires? Not much. This is a good comparison right here because we weren't in that full quali push. And actually 7/10 of a second per lap. That's a difference. About a 15% bonus. I don't quite know how much that actually ends up equating to, but you can push these tires a lot more, while this is like stretch, and that's not good. That's not good. Alright, driver strategy. We push but not overtake because we don't want to crash at the beginning. Same with the engine. We don't want to destroy them and destroy our fuel burn for the entire race on the first lap. And with that, we are ready to go racing. 5 red lights. Lando Norris, Gata on the used. Everybody on kind of one set. Van Dorn got 2 laps on his. Sainz has 2 laps on his, as does Marilyn. That's really good for us. And then here we go. Used mediums for Giovinazzi. These guys on the mediums are going to have a rough race. They can go most of the race, but they can't go the full race, and they're going to be a lot slower. Valdez is oddly on the super softs from P18. And yeah, that's quite a few drivers on bad strategies there. At least half. 5 red lights here, and we are ready to go racing, and away we go. Slow off the line for both drivers, really. Herta's holding position for right now, but they're stacking up right behind him with a huge gap in front, and Max all the way down to last place. What a terrible start for Max Verstappen. And Herta really wasn't much better, but he's closed down the cars in front and at least held serve, other than one position lost right at the start. I believe that was Harrell. Yes, it was. Harrell had a fantastic start and moved up to P11. Other than that, Herta held their position, so that was a little bit better. But yeah, Max, last freaking place after the start. And that's after starting in P16, so it wasn't like it was, 1 or 2 positions lost. Max has regained 1, as has Herta, so Herta back to where he started. Max still has work to do. Ooh, little shot of ERS there from Giovinazzi to get around, but Giovinazzi is not going to do terribly well on those mediums. That won't last. For now, we're still getting the tire temps up. Herta, defend, thank you. I said defend, why didn't you close him out? Well, there goes all your ERS, just defending a position instead of trying to overtake. Max, meanwhile, still in just P19, but does have a little bit there. There we go, P18. Now, Max only P18. Let's play the long game here. So, Max, we're going to settle down. Herta a little bit longer here. I have to switch to a more overhead type view on this one with the trees constantly in the way there. Max again having to defend, and the ERS is just useless for us here. Use that little bit, take that little boost, open up a little gap behind P13. Somebody already pit. Harold needs to get out of your way. Really? You haven't been close to anyone in front of you. So Van Dorn has already made their initial stop. Got to get ahead of the Renault. Come on. Renault's our closest competitor. So tire heating is good, apparently, because we went down to neutral, and within a very short amount of time, Max has dropped the heat quite a bit. And on push, Herta is barely past halfway, 4 laps in. Looks like the McLaren of Marilinen's about to pit, and they are really slow. Sainz also pitting, so this is really good for us as those back markers of the front 10 are all stopping here early on. Herta, chance to go up to P10 comfortably now. Good. Let's go neutral for a little bit. Max is up to 16th, but running near the back here still. Front stretch will use some ERS this time though. And we'll go ahead and set you to overtake for a little bit so we can try to get some guys on the front straightaway here. Oh, he's already got to look to the inside. Come on, come on, come on. Just one position. But we'll take it, we'll take it. P15 now. Back up to Colton. Good lap pace this time. 1 second. A little bit of ERS finally. Fuel's already back to near neutral. Gotta defend this a little. There we go. Ooh, double Double trouble coming behind. Max in a battle here. Max, 3 wide. We've got the straight coming up again. We're going to put you on overtake. See if we can't get you past both of these cars. Or at least one. 14th now. And let's keep that pressure on. We'll keep you on high for a little bit. Herta now in 9th. Did we get around Valdez? No, Valdez? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yeah, there was not a pit stop. We got around Valdez. 4 cars have pit so far. The rest of the front markers are going to be pitting here very soon. Let's go ahead and put you back on high. There's some pressure behind. We don't want to lose those positions. We're also going to give you just a little boost here. There we go. And Max, same. Ooh, up to P11. A bunch of the front cars have pit. Savannan fixing a part. Nice, nice. Okay, most of the front 10 have pit now. There's 2 cars left. 2 cars left in that group. Max is now actually last place of those that have not pit, though. That's really bad, especially considering we've passed 4 or 5 cars. Get down to neutral. Tires are about to overheat. Herta up into P5. P5, that's nice. That is nice. Let's go ahead and save some fuel for later. P3 now. More cars pitting. Max is up to P10. And that will now make a second stop for Sainz. Second stop for Marilainen. Oh, Max just got passed by Mick Schumacher. Okay, Schumacher is making his way back up through the field. But here we go. Max, yeah. Ah, I couldn't make the pass and just used up all your ERS. Oh, that's Schumacher. Duh, what am I doing? I misread that one. I thought it was a Williams. These are top cars passing you right now, but now it's the Renault behind. Oh, come on. Defend. Oh, no, the Renault's making a double move. That's really bad for us. So we're up to P3 and P11 right now. And cars both in good shape, both running well here. Nordstrom, Giovinazzi still ahead. It's hard to believe that the Force India, aka Racing Point, is running this well for such a slow car. They're on the same strategy that we're on, 6 seconds clear of us. In a slower car with drivers that aren't as good. I'm not sure how they keep doing it race after race, how they score so many points. Still P3, P11 here on lap number 11. And let's speed things up for a moment with some quiet action for now. Both cars have some extra fuel to burn. Ooh, we're down to P4s. Mick Schumacher got around. I didn't even see that. He went by so fast. Looks like he could be cruising towards victory right now because Lando Norris is well behind. %. It is just about that time, but I want to wait. Till the end of lap 13. Where these tires are not going anywhere near as long as they're supposed to be going. I'm supposed to get 14 or 15 out of them. They're supposed to be able to go for about 17. I think it's because we have to push so much of the time. Harrell getting by. Really? Harrell? That's the tire wear. That's the tire wear speaking now. Harrell's on the mediums that are lasting a little bit, and we're off the pace here somewhat. I've got to get one more lap out of these tires, though. So we're going to fall off the cliff. This is going to be a slow lap. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to attack and use what is ever left of them. We're also going to go up to high engine mode to try to make up the difference. We're going to push and go high for Max to make sure there's enough of a gap, but they're both going to pit in. We are going to double stack. There's 5 seconds between them, so it shouldn't be a problem. But now we won't have to make this extra lap next time around. We'll only have 12 to go instead of 13. And this lap is going to be a bit of a stinker. But the pace is good with all the attacking and pushing and whatnot. Let's go ahead and push Max as well. There's enough of a gap between them right now. It's P4, P10, but of course we're going to give up a lot of positions here. But a lot of these... No, not a lot of these cars. A lot of these cars are going to go the distance. They're on mediums. Herta's going to be in amongst them, but Verstappen's going to be very much towards the back end here. Colton into the pits. Good stop. Max in, and both cars in and out quickly. Now we've got to just go push and high. Push and high. There we go. Good outlaps, please. 14th and 17th. Not the position I want to be in, especially when we are surrounded by Ferraris. Primo's Leclerc is right behind Herta. It's going to be a difficult spot to be in. Now, front end. Nordstrom's about to pit. Ocon's about to pit. Harrell's about to pit. Diaz Sanchez, Nakashita are all about to pit. Van Dorn is definitely going to pit again. So, a lot of cars are going to go backwards. Mick Schumacher back into the race lead. Herta coming up on Valdez. Not quite there yet. We'll save the ERS for now and maybe next lap or on a different straightaway. Got Leclerc behind though. That's good. We've got enough pace in these tires. I'm going to wait until I make the pass. Verstappen though. Oh boy, did Leclerc just fly by us? Yes, he did. He flew past both of us. Down to P15, and there we go. Use a little ERS. Come on, get the exit, make it stick, and there you go. Okay, now you can go neutral. I'm not going to try to reclaim. Oh, don't you dare, come on. All that work, and then you're going to give it right back up. There you go. It's okay that Leclerc is ahead. It's Leclerc. Alright, we've got a Force India. Ah, you're just behind him. Dang it. Ocon comes out ahead. Come on, I see you're battling here. He's using his ERS to defend. We've got the inside. No! Oh, come on. This is like the easiest car in the field. How are you losing to him? Come on, Colton. Max was ahead. This would be easy. And all your ERS is gone now too, and he's still ahead of you. You can't even beat the Prima, the worst car in the grid. Okay, so that makes P13, P16 right now. And here we go. Harold Diaz Sanchez finally pitting. Out ahead of the Renault. Good. Good. That would have been a big hold up there. Both cars back down to neutral on tires. We've got 7 laps to go. It's P12, P15. We should get into the points, but this is definitely not looking like any kind of top 4. We're going to barely be in the points today, I think. Herta's slowly going backwards as Ocon, who was just ahead of Verstappen, is now caught up to Herta. Again, in the slow Force India. And Ocon's a good driver, a very good driver, but he is not... Our driver's got perfect attributes. Ocon doesn't. We have a better car than the Force India. It's 9th on the grid, and yet, again and again, we have max bonuses. We're both on softs at the same level, and yet he is considerably faster, and I don't understand why. Push, finish that pass, come on. Open it up, there we go, and now your tires have cooled off a bit, so let's go ahead and push for a little while. So, hey, there you go, there were some pits, and we are up to P9 and P14, so we are into the points. Now, in terms of pit stops, Giovinazzi might have to stop again, might not. The top 3 may have to stop, but Schumacher and Gata are going to have enough time. I think Norris we might be able to overtake. Okay, Verstappen, some of the cars in front have a problem, so he's got a chance to move up here. Car behind has a problem, that's Margasov. Wow, Margasov in the Red Bull all the way back in P16. Which means they are going to be faster than us. So, oh, that was Herta, not Verstappen. That's my bad. Get up there with our guy in the points anyway, huh? Go ×2 here. Just a little bit faster. Okay, that's Ocon behind us, putting pressure on again. Still P9, P16. It's looking less and less likely that anybody's going to pit. Valdez, Norris, Gata, Schumacher, Newgarden, all in a position where they might need to. Giovinazzi, the most likely, looking like they might not make it the distance or really, really fall off the cliff. They're already kind of at that point right now. Max up to 15th. 14th in the battle right now. Oh, he gets checked up behind the Prima and the McLaren gets around. Go ahead and push. We need this pass. There you go. P13. Away, good. Okay, P8. Somebody's gone backwards. It's a pit. Giovinazzi did pit. Savanen has pit. So we move up one more spot. P8, P12 now. 2 laps to go. Fuel, we can just about go into overtake mode for Ocon now. Tires are still there, but we've got to be... Oh, Max just got passed. P13, the McLaren got back around. Go ahead and push. Last lap getting started. Okay, down to high. Attack with everything you got left. There. Herta in P8. Leclerc does have an issue and has very used tires, but I don't think it's a Ferrari. I don't think we're going to be able to catch him, so we're looking at probably P8, P13. overtake. There you go, P8 and Max P13. Not a bad race, definitely not a bad race. We got some points, but it certainly could have been better than it was. Surprisingly, both McLarens well outside of the points, so that's a good result on that end. Prima's out of the points, the Renaults both out of the points, Toro Rosso's both out of the points, and it's Lando Norris, not Mick Schumacher. So Mick Schumacher must have pit again there late, deciding that the tires weren't going to make it. We'll double check that that was the case. But I would assume that that's the case because he was pretty comfortably ahead, and Norris made it to the end without changing. Nordstrom made it to the end. There you go. Yeah, Mick Schumacher and Gata both pit with 2 laps left, so they finished 3rd and 4th. Harrell on the one stopper made it work, as did Nordstrom. So again, just it's amazing how many points that they keep getting, how they continue to have pace in a car that doesn't have pace, with drivers that shouldn't have that kind of pace. So they are absolutely the overachievers, even more so than we are. Yeah, a lot of one-stoppers going successfully, and a lot of two-stoppers going backwards or, midfield, but in cars that should have been much higher up. So benefit one-stoppers again in this race. 4 points earned. Not a bad race weekend, but certainly could have been better. Really surprised by Bo Nordstrom's pace. I mean, he only loses by 2 seconds. And Lando Norris only had a one-stopper as well. I mean, it's not like Lando Norris stopped 3 times and then stayed just ahead of Nordstrom. They both had one-stoppers, and the Force Indias were well outside of the top 10. In fact, neither one of them made it out of Q1. So where this pace comes from is just baffling. The two-stopper here, that's why they went backwards instead of finishing 1-2. Lando Norris had been in 3rd. And then all of these one-stoppers successful. So Herta only really ends up in the middle of that, but that's 2 Ferraris in front of us. So, I mean, he's 3rd out of all the back 10. So that's not bad. I mean, we started in 13th, so we were 3rd fastest in qualifying of the group outside the top 10. Anyway, so okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Max, surprising that he was a bit slow today. He should have been able to get up there with Colton, and never did. I mean, he finished 6 seconds back, or just 5.5 seconds back. Not a huge gap, but definitely a gap. And it started right away lap 1, and then Max never really made up that ground. So that start was pretty important. Alright, well, Max, that's going to hurt your points a bit. Still in 7th, but you are getting further behind. And look at that, Bo Nordstrom. 3rd place in the points in the Force India, in the 2nd slowest car in the grid. I mean, this is the anomaly. But no, wait, it's not, because there's 110 points for Bo Nordstrom. We stay in 5th. We're 3 points ahead of Williams, and Force India, 3rd place in the points, ahead of Ferrari. These guys are no longer a threat, still a threat, and I'm not going to beat Ferrari. So I'm really kind of just 5th is about the best I can get. And now it's going to be a matter of beating Williams and McLaren. So that might be my focus kind of from now on. Even Force India, I'm not going to catch Force India because for some reason Bo Nordstrom just keeps nailing result after result. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.